He would just come into the room, the whole room would just light up. My son and him had a beautiful, beautiful bond. They would call each other best friend. And my baby lost his, his best friend.
The last day I saw my baby was him walking up the stairs, me walking down the stairs. And he has this thing to where he always runs up behind me and picks me up and dangles me like a little doll. That was the last time I saw my baby. Later on that night, I received a bang on the door. I ran downstairs, swung my door open, and right then and there, all I could say, I knew they were detectives, is who killed my baby, who took my baby from me.
I received a text message from a family member that Jovan died, was killed. Everything was like silent and numb to me. Like you could hear like the ringing in your ear, and everything was just like mute.
The detectives told us that Jovan was shot. They attempted to rob my baby. And it was someone in the car with him. Hennessy.
They said that Hennessy was at the scene where my brother got murdered, and she claims that she has nothing to do with it, but I don't know. In my heart, I don't believe that.
There's been times Hennessy referred to me as Mama. She's spent the night at my house. She's eaten at my table with me and my grandkids. She was there. And for her to frequent my home and out of the blue, nothing, no phone call, no, it's a bit weird. It's a bit shady. It's a bit heartless. It's a bit hurtful. Hennessy didn't even show up to my son's funeral. She has yet to knock on my door. I don't even know my baby's last words.
But she's all over the internet, all on Facebook, all on live, just kicking it. But then the moment that we post anything of my brother, then she want to post about him. I had Crime Stoppers on my brother's case, and then they were passing out flyers. And then she started posting about him again. And that was weird to us because we were like, this whole time you weren't talking about him. You weren't talking about, But now, because you see the flyers in your area, now you want to talk about him.
A few months prior to this situation that happened with my son was robbed. I just find it a bit strange that the man that stuck a gun to my son, to rob my son, she went and got a tattoo. Hennessy went and got a tattoo of this man's name on her wrist. Hennessy, you came here today to take this lie detector test. If you fail this lie detector test, justice will be served for my son. I may not be able to bring my son back, but justice will be served.
So Jovan was killed this past May. What happened the night that you got robbed?
So I was selling weed, it's legal in Chicago, but I was selling weed for a little under a month, and I was usually with my ex, and we were into it. So I called Jovan, and he came and got me that day. We were chilling all day. Around 5 or 6, I got a call from a girl. She said hello. I said hello. She hung up. She texted me. I saw it was an Android texting green. She was saying about the weed. Can I get 4 for 100? It was really 120. I said, all right, that's cool. She said, I'm waiting for my ride. Okay, hours passed. This is around like 12 now. A guy calls me. He says, my phone died. I'm like, was that your girlfriend? He's like, yeah. He's like, okay. He's like, can you still serve that to me? I was like, okay. I asked Jovan, because he's the driver. I don't have a car. We were at his house, and we were already about to be tucked up, going to sleep. So I was like, do you want to go? He's like, not really, but do you want to go? Because he wanted me to make my money or whatever. And I ain't gonna lie, I was thirsty to make it because the bags weren't selling quick enough, So I was like, yeah, let's go real quick. So we're going. He's like, call me when you're on the block or 5 minutes away. I call him when we're right on the block, but at the corner. They're down here. We're at the stop sign. I told him, he's licensed to carry, so he had his gun. I told him, I don't know these people.
Javon was carrying a gun.
Yeah, he's licensed, you know. I told him I didn't know these people, so he took the gun out and he had it on his left side. So my window is down at this point. I called him. We're still at the stop sign. I called him. I said, we're at the block. He said, I'm in the middle of the street. I wear glasses. I didn't have them, so Javon's I see him. He's in the middle of the block. So we pull up. He goes on the right side. We're parked between two cars. Like one car, we're right here, and then a car is like 6 feet in front. So Javon has foot on the brake. So this guy is standing at my window like 2 feet away. He's wearing a blue shirt, no mask. I could see his face clearly, you know. He has 100 in his hand. I could see it. He's like, do you have change for 100? I was like, change for 100?
He's buying for 100.
Yeah, I was like, change for 100. As soon as I said that, I heard, give me your stuff. I heard Javon's door open, but I didn't look because I'm looking at the guy right here in my face. He's reaching in my lap. I had my phone, my purse. I had a strap. My purse is like this on my lap. He grabbed my phone. I'm like this. He grabbed my phone. He reached for my purse, but the strap broke and the purse was still on my lap because I was sitting on it. And as soon as he broke the strap, I heard Javon say, no, no, no. And then I heard a pop. And then they ran off and we rolled into the first car in front of us. It wasn't that much because we were only a little bit back. And Javon was making like wheezing sounds. And I looked at him at first to see if like he got shot in the head or something. I didn't know if his gun went off or somebody else's gun went off. And I saw nothing on his face, so I got out and I opened his door and I was like this, and I had blood on my hand. He got shot right here. I was applying pressure for like 6 seconds, and I told him I'm gonna get help. Across the street there was houses. And I was banging on the first door and she didn't answer. She only came to the door after the police were there. And the guy next door, he was in the top balcony. I was screaming. He said, do you need help? And I said, call 911. They shot him. I immediately ran back to Javon and was putting pressure on him. He was alive for like 2.5, 3 minutes. He passed away when the police were backing up into the block.
Who contacted Javon's mom?
I contacted her actually first. When I got home, on my mother's Facebook, I logged in and she didn't see it 2 days later because it was in her message request. So the police dropped me off and they instantly went to her. But they dropped me off around 3 a.m. and that's the exact time I was texting her when she was talking about she got a knock around 3 a.m. why I didn't tell her first. I don't have a car. They dropped me home, you know. I was traumatized. I was crying to my mom, like.
When the police are questioning you, were you ever a suspect?
No, they were saying I was a witness.
You were a witness. And you were cooperative with the police?
Yeah.
Why are you lying for?
I'm not
Why
lying.
you lying?
I'm not lying.
Why you lying?
About what?
Why you lying?
Where's the proof that
Why
I'm
you lying,
lying?
babes?
Where's the
Why
proof
you
that I'm
lying?
lying?
Why are you lying?
Didn't you lie saying you didn't know me?
Baby,
Like
your
what?
story changed so many times.
How changes in messages? How did it change?
We told you not to come to the funeral?
Yeah.
When, Hennessy?
Are you serious? It's on
When?
Facebook in my messenger.
When
and
did
I still
we
got
tell
the
you
messages.
not to come to the
I
funeral,
still got
baby?
the messages.
When?
Like, stop playing.
When?
Your mom said
You
I
know
have
where
a
you
I didn't though.
You did though. You did though. You know where you when that situation happened, it ain't nothing to, hey, can I use your phone? Can I use your phone?
I texted your mom.
Let me finish talking. When?
Are you
When?
serious? Ask her.
You know who let my mom know that my brother passed? Detectives.
I just want to know, what was my son's last words?
I'm sorry, Christina.
What was it that he said? Did he say my name? What was
He
it?
was saying, just let them take it. That's what he said.
Just let him take it. I never threatened you. I never told you wasn't welcome to come to my
Yes, you
son's
did. You
funeral.
know I wanted to
I
see
never
him.
threatened your daughter. I would never do that. And from May up until now, I hadn't seen you. You ain't done it. I don't care. Morally, there is no way in the world. There is no way I'll be able to sleep at night. There was no way I could do nobody like that. That was cruel. That was heartless. If you had a heart and came to me, you a mother, I'm a mother. If you had came to me the right way, you would have been invited to the funeral.
I told you all
A
what
black
happened.
man can see what Joe meant to us. You understand me? You know what Joe, you know. You know.
I know.
That was cold. That was beyond cold.
Their son just got killed. And I'm gonna say this. I understand being 22 years old and watching somebody that you cared about get shot in the chest. Super traumatic. Probably puts you in a state of shock. Who wouldn't be in a state of shock? I get that. But at some point, between May and September, you gotta go over there. You gotta, you know. Hennessy came here today. She took a lie detector test. And we asked her, on the day in question, did you participate in the shooting which led to Javon's death? She answered no. Do you have any direct knowledge as to the identity of the person who shot Javon? She answered no. The results came back the same, and it came back that Hennessy told the truth.
Like, please. I'm sorry about what happened.
Hennessy, you could have got a hug. We shouldn't be here.
I told you why. I'm sorry.
We shouldn't be here.
I told you all, like I said, it was paragraphs and you said I was lying. That's exactly what happened.
We shouldn't be here.
I was kind of hoping
My
that
heart
you
hurts.
move forward from this point and not slide back into what was done.
Henny,
didn't even
my
sign.
heart, baby. My heart hurt. My son gone.
You died in my arms.
I know the lifestyle you led. I know the lifestyle he led. I can't. My son gone.
I
She's
only
never-
came
she-
for Javon so his
understand.
mom could see.
And that was a nice thing to do, so she doesn't have to wonder if you were involved anymore. But I don't think she's ever going to get over the loss of her son. And, you know, making the point of if would have been there that day, her son would still be here. Now, if you keep living the life that you were living in May, you might be the next to go. Or whoever you're with is next to go. Keep putting yourself in situations where you're going in sketchy neighborhoods after midnight with guns. Good chance you're going to get shot.
That's why I stopped.
You're a mother, and I hope this incident, this traumatic, horrible loss of life, did change your life. I hope that you'll be responsible so that you're around for your own daughter and you never put yourself in that situation again. Good luck to you. Jessica and her boyfriend Michael have been at each other's throats because of cheating allegations. And when Jessica found proof that Michael was talking to other women, he broke her finger in a fit of rage. But that's not all. Jessica also has reason to believe that Michael has been cheating with one of his close family friends. Why do you believe that he's cheating?
I believe that he's cheating because the close family friend had came to the other family members and told them that they had sexual intercourse.
Did she ever say this to you?
She didn't get a chance.
Why not?
We were not in contact like that, and Michael deleted her number off my phone, so I couldn't ask her.
Do you believe that he slept with his close family friend?
Yes, I do. I believe it because one night we were getting intimate a couple years ago, and I had sensed and smelled another woman on him.
Yeah. Did that surprise you?
No.
Why not?
She's very promiscuous. Michael told me before we got together that they had, she had hit on him and put moves towards him before, but he always said that he denied it.
And how long have you and Michael been together?
2.5 years, but I've known him since I was 14. He was one of my first kisses.
And when did things become difficult in the relationship?
When I figured out that I couldn't trust him, basically when the altercation happened and my finger broke and he
How
went
did
to
he
jail.
break your finger?
We were fighting at the door. He was trying to leave because before he was trying to leave, he pushed me and I fell against picture frames and cut my back open. And I went to call the police and he was trying to get out the door and I was trying to fight him and my finger broke.
But why wouldn't you just let him walk out the door?
I don't know. I don't know.
You wanted him to stay.
I wanted him to stay.
So after this big fight, did the police lock him up?
Yes, for 4 days.
For 4 days. Ooh, that's pretty good. What were you guys fighting about?
He was texting other girls.
And so you're back together now.
We got back together in April of this year.
Yeah. Michael says that you hide things from about other men on your phone.
No, I don't.
Do you ever cheat on them?
No.
You ever sleep with other men?
No.
Okay. Do you talk to other men?
Yes, as friends.
You took a lie detector test, but you say you're not going to fail, right? Mm-hmm. And Michael took one. What if he fails?
I'll be very hurt, heartbroken all over again.
But you'll give him another chance.
No.
I think you will. Let's meet him. Here's Michael.
Jessica, I'm not messing with this woman. I can't control what she says.
Why are you trying to meet up with her alone?
Why are you meeting with other guys?
I'm not meeting with other guys. You already know that.
You have tried to.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
You tried to get alone with her.
Do you ever cheat on her?
No.
You never slept with this family friend?
No.
Would you say that relationship is appropriate?
No.
How'd you break her finger?
We had an altercation over me asking a girl to lunch. I had 2 phones, and
Why did you ask a girl to lunch?
I wanted to feel wanted, I guess.
You wanted
You're
to
not
feel...
feeling wanted with me?
At the time, I wasn't.
You spent 4 days in what, county prison?
County jail, yeah.
Yeah, county jail. That sucks, right?
Yes, sir.
Did anybody threaten you in there?
Yeah, I got one threat for somebody's spot.
Yeah. So that's a little nerve-wracking, right?
Yeah.
Probably some badass dudes in there, right?
Yeah.
And you're like walking on eggshells in there, right?
Yes, sir.
So when you get out, what made you say, "Oh, I miss her"?
Just her being next to me, I guess, you know.
Come on, man. You two say that you want to be together,
I
Yes.
want to be with him.
and you want to be with her.
Yes, sir.
What about lunches with other women?
I completely put an end to that.
You
So.
put an end to that. And what about all these guys that you're talking to?
They're just friends. I know it makes them uncomfortable, but
But you don't care.
I don't delete anything, so where I know when I'm sleeping, he goes through my phone. He's admitted
you
it to me
deleted-
Sounds
before.
like a wonderful
I don't delete
relationship.
anything. I keep everything.
You deleted typos.
I
So
delete
Jessica
typos.
came here and took a lie detector test, and we asked her, since being in a relationship with Michael, have you had sexual intercourse with any other man? You answered no. Since being in a relationship with Michael, have you had sexual contact with any other man? You answered no. The results came back the same to both questions, and it came back that Jessica told the truth. Michael, since being in a relationship with Jessica, have you had sexual contact with any other woman?
No.
No. Since being in a relationship with Jessica, have you had sexual intercourse with any other woman?
No.
No. Since being in a relationship with Jessica, have you had sexual contact with that close family friend?
No.
You answered no. Since being in a relationship with Jessica, have you had sexual intercourse with that close family friend?
No.
He answered no. The results came back all the same, and it came back that Michael did not tell the truth. So, okay. She's obviously hurting very much, right? Why lie about it all? Why? I mean, why? Why, for one, okay.
I knew it was true. I knew it was true.
It was before we got together.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Sex in a relationship. Have you had sex with that woman?
And not her. I didn't have sex
Who
with
did
her.
you have sex with? Exactly.
It was before we got together.
No, it wasn't. He said when you, can you reread that? Since in a relationship.
Since being in a relationship with Jessica, have you had sexual intercourse with other women? You answered no, you didn't tell the truth. Have you had sexual contact while in a relationship with Jessica? You answered no. And with the other close family friend, since you've been in a relationship, Jessica, have you had sexual contact or intercourse and you failed? You said you didn't. So while you were in a relationship with her, you slept with a family friend and you slept with other women. Now, does it take that big of a stretch of imagination to believe that you did these things? No. You knew these things before you even came here. All this does is validate you. And again, you know this guy, you knew before you got here that he did these things, okay?
I just didn't want it to be
You
true.
didn't want to, of course, because you do have feelings for him, you do love him. I understand that. This is very painful for you. But when do you say, enough's enough?
Enough is enough.
And is enough enough?
If he slept with multiple women behind my back, then enough is enough, yes.
What do you want to say to her?
I'm sorry. I do love you.
You love me? You love me? You wanted to feel wanted? You wanted to feel wanted?
No.
So, hold on. Let me ask you. You know this lie detector test is correct, right? Just
Admit it.
Just don't, please, don't insult me. It's correct, right?
Yes.
Okay. I assume you love her still?
I do, yes.
And you still want to be with her?
Yes.
Here's your chance. Oh, the floor is yours. What do you want to say to her?
I'm sorry I hurt you in that way. I've tried to learn from my mistakes since we got into
You
that.
try to learn from your mistakes, but you've been cheating on me the whole time.
No, I have not.
Almost 3 years.
No, I have not.
When did you quit? When we got back together?
Yes.
You've been faithful since we got back together? Then why were you
Yes, I-
texting other women again?
I haven't.
Yes, you have.
I have not.
You accuse me every day of this guy, that guy. You're just gonna go do that with that guy. But it's the whole time you've been doing it.
And I was wrong.
And you were wrong. You're still wrong.
Knowing what you just said, are you going to go back together with him?
No.
See, my fear is you're going to get off the stage, he's going to, whisper sweet nothings to you, and you're going to go back together with him. Am I right? And listen, I know that's going to happen, but you will be treated like a floor mat if you do that. And I know it's hard to end relationships. I understand that. But you got to say, I got to do this for me, and I deserve better. Can't you stop cheating on her?
Yes.
Or if you can't, you got to be, so you don't continually hurt her. If you know you're not going to be faithful, if you know you just can't be with her, you
Just
have
let
to.
me go.
Right. You have to be the one that says, I can't be with you anymore. So what are you going to do?
Change my ways and
Really?
yeah.
See, I don't believe you either. I don't think you're going to change. I do think you're going to go back there. She wants to take you back. I think you're going to say, oh, baby, I love you. It's never going to happen again. And then you're going to, be on some internet thing or social media thing, and you're going to see some girl, and then you'll be talking to her, and you'll be trying to sleep with her too.
I don't even get on my phone anymore.
Oh, come on.
I don't.
That's just,
I haven't
you
been
know
on
it.
Facebook in months.
So you're really going to take them back?
It's gonna take time, but I don't think I can handle being backstabbed, especially that it's not only the family friend,
Okay.
but
you
he's
get the hell off my stage. Okay. I'm assuming you've seen the show before.
Yes,
Okay. What are we going to do right now?
we're gonna
What?
choose a door.
Choose a door. Now you know, going out that door, and you already said you're probably going to go out that door and be with him. Or you go out that door and say, you know what, I'm a young woman, and I love myself, and I'm good looking, and I got a lot of good qualities, and there's probably a lot of men that like to be with me, and not mistreat me, and not sleep with a ton of women. We're all rooting for you to make the right decision here.
Thank you, Steve.
I'm here today with my mom, my brother, my sister, Key, basically to find out what happened to my niece. I questioned my niece about, if anything happened to her because we started seeing like certain changes in her. I said, well, was it any of mommy's friends? She shook her head no. So I said, was it a family member? And she nodded her head yes. So I said, was it, mommy's boyfriend? She said no. I didn't want to ask, but I definitely asked, and I said, was it Uncle Dalen? Yes.
When I first heard about this about 3 months ago, my mom had texted me at work, and she was letting me know I was accused of molestation. That whole day at work, I was just really feeling sick about the whole situation. It was hard for me to work, so I didn't talk to my mom until I got back from work. And she was telling me that I had to go find somewhere else to stay. So I did that for a few months, and it still feels like, it's some type of weight, on my shoulders about the whole situation, because I know everybody else has to be feeling the same way I'm feeling about it. So the truth is really what I just want to figure out.
I didn't want to call my sister right away because I didn't even know what to say to her and how, and then I didn't know she was going to be upset with me, with prying into, her child, you know what I'm saying, because that's something that she should have did. And I ended up texting her like, hey, I had a conversation with Niecy Pooh, and she told me some things that I think you need to know about. She's saying that Uncle Dalen touched her. He thought she was asleep and she wasn't. He came into her room, picked her up, and brung her downstairs. She wasn't asleep. She knew exactly what was happening. She knew exactly what was going on. My niece she's not an older girl, but when that happened to her, she's definitely old enough to comprehend this is not right. This is wrong.
Me being accused, I can understand because I was there at the time. But I'm not the type of uncle to do anything like crazy, like anything insane like that.
He's like, well, I'm not that type of uncle. And I'm like, but you are that type of uncle. I said, listen, I really feel like you need to turn yourself in, like, at the end of the day, because this is what she's saying that you did to her. And he told me he was going to turn himself in. So I'm just like, if you didn't do anything, or if you didn't feel any type of guilt, then why are you going to turn yourself in?
After I take this test and I get the actual results, what the truth is, I'm hoping that everything could just, somehow not go back to the way it used to, but, just get better from here.
Okay, well, Steve, back in August of 2020, my mom reached out to me. She said my brother was in a bind and that he needed somewhere to stay. So I was like, okay, he can come stay with me and my children. He was there for not even a month, so I wouldn't even say a whole 30 days he was there. In that time that he was there, he was drinking every day, doing drugs, talking crazy at night, like just being belligerent, like I don't know what it was about. He always was trying to fight somebody, tell somebody to kill him, and like things of that nature. I was at one of my hair clients' house doing hair when my sister called me, and she's like, Key, I got something really serious that I need to tell you. I need to talk to you. She's like, she talked to my daughter, and she told her that my brother did something to her. Did Uncle Dalen hurt you? She said yes. I said, okay, well, tell me what happened. She said that she was in her room, in her bed, asleep. He came into her room. He picked her up out of the bed and brought her downstairs. When he took her downstairs, she said that he pulled her pants down and her underwear, and she said that he touched her down there. She said that he... I asked her, did he put his private area down there? She said no. I said, so he did not touch your private area with his private? And she said no. I said, all right, did he pull his private area out? She said yes. I was like, what did he do with it? What did he do with it when he pulled it out? She said, He put it. At this point, I'm losing it because I'm just like, this is my baby. And like, this is my brother. I'm like, he did what? And she was just like, yeah, so she's crying, she's upset. I'm upset. And I'm like, is that all, that happened? She said it happened more than once. So not only did you do the most, but you did the most more than once with my baby. And so I'm like, I'm comforting my daughter, and I assure her that everything is going to be okay, that she's not wrong, and that he is wrong and disgusting, and that she never has to worry about seeing him being around her, or able to hurt her like that again. So I called my mother on FaceTime, and we're all huddled around. I'm upset, and I'm telling her what my child just told me. My mother is on the FaceTime looking at me with no emotion, just no reaction, just looking at me. So then I tell her about him putting it, because that was like one of the worst parts for me. And I'm upset, and she's still giving me no reaction. So now I'm getting kind of pissed off, because I know that if the allegations were against anybody else other than her son, she would have been going off on a tangent. She would have been like, oh, nah, we gonna do this to him, and we gonna do that to him, and don't worry about it, girl. Like, it was none of that. None of it. Ma, you know Dalen did that. You know he did it. I don't even know why we here right now. All of this could have got resolved if you would have just took him to the police department, because you know he did it.
Hey, Steve, how are you? Okay, so let me be clear, okay? I don't put nothing past a rat, okay? I'm not defending him. I'm not protecting him.
But you kind of are.
No, please don't do that. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm sitting back here watching the narrative be spun, and it's wrong. I'm for the children. I got 18 grandchildren. You know my past. You know what's happened to me.
So that's even more reason for you to believe your granddaughter over your son. Because why would she lie? Just like, why would you lie as a kid?
Hold on. I'm not defending him. He has to
He's here with you.
They flew us in together, Key.
Because he was living with you. He moved back in with you after you supposedly kicked him out.
He was only supposed to be there briefly to get his own place. That's it.
No, he didn't need his own place. He needs to be his own place in jail. That's where his own place needs to be.
It's got to be hard for a mother.
I'm in the worst.
Yes, it's got to be hard for a mother whose son might be capable of doing something like this.
Not only that, but her dude done sexually assaulted her.
No, he did not.
Let me speak.
No, he did not.
He sexually assaulted her on many occasions. She was just in a battered women's shelter, running from him. He held her hostage in the house. Come on, we all know this.
No.
Do you believe, and I know it's a tough question, do you believe that your son sexually molested your granddaughter?
If my this particular grandchild, this the go-to right here. She's a good girl. Anything I need to know, if she said he did it,
then you believe it.
Yeah, but I'm
Did you ever ask your son?
Yeah, I sent him a nice long text message, and I'm like, yo, you did this to, your niece or whatever.
And what did he say?
He said he didn't do it. He said he doesn't like children. He's not a pedophile, because I called him a pedophile. But I told him he can't stay with me. He got to go. He can't stay nowhere around me.
What's going on, Steve?
How you going? She says, hey, maybe, listen, I don't want to, I'm not going to go too far down the road of whatever problems you have in your relationship, okay? I'm sure it doesn't sound good, but we're not here for that. But I want to point blank and ask. I want to point blank
in the house.
How? He was not. He was not.
Are you lying for him now?
I want to point blank ask.
Don't lie for him.
Did you molest a little girl?
Never.
Okay, but
I just want the truth.
It gets thrown on you a little bit. Well, maybe it wasn't Dalen. Maybe it was you. How do you respond to that?
I never said it wasn't my son.
I mean, at the end of the day, I understand how mothers can be very protective of their children.
Did you assault my
child?
What
I'm saying?
Did you sexually assault Keith?
You could take a situation
Did you sexually assault Keith? Tell the truth.
That's not what we're
no,
here
but tell the truth.
I can see how you could take a situation
You wanted me to press charges
and want
on him
other people to be the problem in the corporate, except for looking at yourself, looking in the mirror and saying, I should have handled this better as a mother.
How you doing?
How you doing, Steve? I'm all right.
So let me start off. Do you have a drinking problem?
Yeah, I have a drinking problem.
Do Do you drink so much that you forget things?
Not that much anymore.
But you did?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Because, listen, if you ever drink alcohol and you drank too much, you did something that you forgot. I mean, it happened to me. It happens to everybody. If at some point in your life you drink a lot of alcohol, you're going to do things that you don't remember. And the next day you wake up, and either if you live by yourself, you just got to kind of figure out, what the hell did I do? Or if you're married, your wife's going to let you know. She ain't making that up, right?
Don't think I wouldn't do anything like that, Steve. Most of the time,
You don't think. See, listen, Dalen, I don't want to like scream at you and, you know, monster. But I do think maybe you got so drunk you did this.
No, I don't.
But you're not sure?
No, I'm sure that I didn't do this.
How can you be sure if you black out and get drunk?
I didn't do anything to my niece now.
Okay.
And
So
I
when you
told-
talked to him on the phone, he said he never denied it.
He never denied it.
But he never said, I did do it.
He never said he did do it, and he never said he didn't. He just kept saying
Do you think he
continuously,
did it?
yes. If you are a physical abuser to children, you can definitely be a sexual abuser as well. Yeah. And that's what I believe, point blank period.
Plus the little girl.
Me and my niece are close, okay? I set her in my room, we talked. I was like, hey, you know, did anybody ever hurt you? You know what I'm saying? I was like, because Auntie pays attention. And I was like, you're quiet now? She wasn't quiet.
Her behavior changed.
Yeah, like.
Well, he came here, and he took a lie detector test. Did you at any time engage in any physical sexual acts to Kiki's daughter for your own sexual gratification? He answered no. And results for his lie detector test is that Dalen told the truth. We asked you, did you engage in physical sexual acts with Kiki's daughter for your own sexual gratification?
Yes, sir.
You answered no. The results is that Levi told the truth. You don't have to apologize because your daughter told you this. You're not fabricating the story.
She told me.
You have to come here and find out the truth. You have to get to the bottom of it for your daughter, so you have nothing to apologize for.
I love you, baby girl.
And we wish your whole family a lot of luck. Thanks for coming on. Michaela says she was crushing hard on Mitty when they first met. The only problem was she was 17 and he was 40. Ultimately, they gave their love a chance and got together. But now Michaela is pregnant with Mitty's child and is convinced that he's cheating on her. Michaela, you believe that Mitty is cheating on you, right?
Yes.
Why do you think that?
Because he's a big flirt. Like, look what he does. He thinks everything's a joke, and he's lying. And he even invited a girl over when I was at a doctor's appointment.
Find over to your apartment or house, whatever?
To our house, yes.
He said, come on over while you were at a doctor's appointment.
Yes.
How'd you find that out?
I went through his phone, and I seen it. He didn't even try to delete it.
How
or
did he
nothing.
explain that?
Oh, I'm just talking. It's just text messages. That's what he says.
He says he has to flirt for work. What does he do?
He works at a warehouse. He does not have to flirt.
Okay. Now, he's quite a bit older than you.
Yes.
Do you ever feel that maybe the age gap will be a problem in your relationship?
No.
No.
Because I'm mature for my age, and I know how a man's supposed to treat a woman. This is not it.
So how long you been with him?
I've been with him a year.
A year. And when did you suspect that he was cheating?
A couple weeks ago.
Oh, just a couple weeks ago. How does he explain the perfume on him?
He says he's around a lot of females at times, and they give him hugs.
I mean, you're so young, you're pregnant with his child, and now you feel like you can't trust him.
I can't, no.
That's a tough position to be in, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So my question is, like, if he fails for cheating on you, would you stay with him?
I don't know. Because I have to think about for the sake of my child too, so I don't know.
Okay, I understand you say for the sake of your child, but when it comes down to it, if you're not happy, your child's not going to be happy. And, you know, like a lot of relationships, when it's new, people aren't bored with each other in the first year and start cheating. Sometimes it happens over years and, you know, anger issues or whatever issues, sometimes things happen. But first year, I mean, you know, that's when it should be still in the honeymoon phase, right?
Right.
Yeah. And if he's cheating on you now, what's going to stop him from doing it again?
Nothing.
Yeah. And here's the other thing. What you'll allow somebody to get away with, they're going to walk all over you. So I know you think like it might be hard to say, I'm done. But, and listen, I don't know the results. Maybe he passes and he's just a big goofball that likes to flirt. But if he were to fail, I'm just telling you before the results are even right, I would say, see ya, you're gonna help me with this baby, you're gonna support the baby, I want you to be a father to this baby, but you're never gonna have me again. Ready to find out?
Yeah.
All right, let's bring Mitty out.
I'm not cheating on you. I'm not cheating on you. Come on, you gotta know this. Come on, baby.
I have nothing to say.
Why?
I just want to know the truth, and this right here would break the ice on how I feel about a lot of things. I'm tired of crying. I'm tired of stressing. I'm tired of being manipulated. So if you are cheating, I'm done. You can see your child. We can co-parent, but we just cannot be together. It's just too much.
I get it, but I'm not cheating. This test will confirm that.
Okay.
And that's it, that's
So
all.
you're saying you're not cheating?
Nah, I'm not cheating. I'm a flirt.
But you're a flirt?
Yes.
But don't you kind of alter your behavior a little bit if you're going to get into a committed relationship?
Yes, you do.
But you're not.
I do at times.
But you still are a flirt, right?
Yes.
Doesn't
because
that hurt her feelings?
It hurts her feelings when she finds out.
Well, yeah. Whether she finds out or not, you know, when you're in a committed relationship, I mean, just like I always said, like trying to be a good person, right?
Yeah.
When I walk down the street and my actions, you know, what guides me from right and wrong is like, if my dad is watching me, right? Like he's dead.
Right.
But it's still like, you know, if I live my life, if I live it like my dad's always watching over my shoulder, I'm not going to do a lot of stupid right?
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So if you're in a committed relationship and even though she's not there, wouldn't you act in a way where you say, what if she was here right now? You know, I'm not going to have a drink with a woman. I'm not going to be all snuggled up or sending texts to a woman because I'm with her.
Yes, I do. I do.
But you
my
send
job-
text messages. What? You work in a warehouse, right?
I work for an amusement company. So
Okay.
sometimes I'm in the warehouse, sometimes I'm at events.
And why do you have to flirt?
That's just part of my nature.
No, but you said you had to do it for part of your job.
Yes, because certain events that I work require me to interact with people that's there. So
Of course.
if I'm at a
Guess what?
if
When
I'm
I
at
come to work, I have to interact with people.
Right. Right. I get it.
But nowhere in my job do I need to flirt.
It's not serious flirting. It's like light flirting.
Light flirting.
Yes.
What about the woman you were texting and you had her come over to your house while she was at the doctor's?
That was just texting. That's all. It was just
Did
texting.
you have the woman come over?
No, she didn't come over.
Why would you do that?
To see if I still
Sounds
got
like
it.
there's an echo in here, right?
I was just seeing if I still got it.
You
That's
still
all.
got it. Do you still got it?
A little bit, yeah.
Well, I would think you still got it because you got this beautiful young woman.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I have to see if I still got it, that's all. It's innocent. It's innocent. It's innocent.
What if she goes out and sees if she still has it? I mean, what if you're at the warehouse or one of your special events and she's texting a guy saying, come on over? How you feeling?
I'll feel upset.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, that's, you know, do you feel like you're taking advantage of her because of the age difference?
No, I don't feel like that.
Whether you pass, let's say you pass your test, you haven't cheated. But she says, hey, we're in this relationship and she wants to be with you, but she doesn't want you flirting.
Can I do that? Yes, I will attempt to, yes.
You will attempt?
Yes. Well, you have to attempt first. You can't just do something. You have to attempt it, and then, what are you talking about here? Yes, we do.
Well, if you know something's gonna hurt your relationship, do you really need to attempt it or just say, no, I love you so much that I'm not gonna do that anymore? Because I'm not gonna do that because I can't live without you.
You're right.
I know I'm right. Because if you don't alter your behavior, you're basically telling her, I can live without you.
That's true, that's true.
Okay, he came here, took a lie detector test, which is very important to you. You're a young girl entering motherhood for the first time. You're with this older guy, age not that important to you. He makes you happy, you're pregnant, you want to be with him. But you said you weren't sure when he wasn't on stage, but when he came out, you said, hey, if you're cheating, you're done, right?
Yes.
You did say that to him. Okay. So you came here and took a lie detector test, and we asked you, since March of 2022, when you entered a committed relationship with Michaela, have you had sexual physical contact with any woman besides her? You answered no. Since March of 2022, when you entered a committed relationship with Michaela, have you had sexual intercourse with any woman besides her? You answered no. The results came back the same to both those questions, and it came back that Mitty told the truth. Now, I just want to point out, someday when you're 40, he's going to be collecting Social Security.
Why would you tell her that?
Okay. Does that make, it makes you feel better, right? And, you know, I understand what you're saying is being flirtatious and stuff like that. But if you truly love her, now you got a, do you know what you're having?
A boy.
Oh, you're having a boy. Congratulations. You're going to have a little boy. Hey, do you have any other kids?
Yes, I have a daughter.
Oh, so you have a daughter. Now you're going to have a little son.
Yes.
You got this beautiful woman that's willing to look at your saggy balls. You know.
It's still together. It's not, it's still together.
You should feel lucky and you know, curtail that flirtation and put it all towards her. Right?
Yes.
Good
yes,
luck.
I will.
To you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good luck with the baby. Have a nice pregnancy.
My son was with John, who took him over to his neighbor's house. And the guy he was supposedly that he had dropped him off with, I don't know him personally. I've never met the dude. But why did John drop my son off with some other guy when he was supposed to have him?
He would freak out whenever the neighbor come over. He didn't want to be, go anywhere with him or be around him, and he'd hold on to his mom, like, with a grip. And she noticed some bruising on him, and she decided she thought she didn't know what to do, so she waited, and she finally took him to the hospital.
She took him to the hospital, and then they were saying, you know, there was sexual abuse. One of the stories John gave was he was pulling on his penis every time he went to the bathroom. Just bruising that would not occur from a 3-year-old.
So they took her son from her because of that, and we've been trying to figure out what happened and fighting to get him back. They opened a case, and then they just only interviewed us one time, and then they closed the case, and she's been fighting with CPS to get her son back ever since.
CPS may not, or probably didn't call me because, I mean, as far as legally and all that, I am the father. I may not be biologically, but I was there from the moment he was born. You know, I had my hands on him before the doctor did. Since all this stuff's happened and she had left John, her and I have been talking. We've worked our previous issues out. I find out through the grapevine that she's pregnant, and that the timing's kind of there. It's a toss-up between me and him. I don't know. She's since gave birth to our newest son.
She thinks he's the father of the baby, but Rebecca's told me more than twice that he has had a vasectomy and that he cannot have kids. So I'm not sure why he thinks he's the dad or anything like that. I want her to be back in my life with my son and for us to be a family. So that's the goal.
My biggest focus here is my other son. Finding out what happened to him, what John knows or doesn't know, and what can be done about it. If he does fail the lie detector test in that sense, that he knows something or he saw something or, God forbid, he did something, it's game on from there. I will pursue every legal option I have. I will make sure he pays for what he did.
Rebecca, your son is currently in foster care. Tell me what happened.
My son got taken from me when I took him to the ER. And yeah, I waited 2 days to take him because I didn't want them to flee from the cops if they did do something to my son.
Oh, John.
Yeah.
So you suspected John of doing something to your son. Why did you think that to begin with? I mean, you're living with John. You're in a relationship with him, right?
Because he's very controlling and
But why would you think that he did something to your son?
because he'd always beg me to take my son with him to work every day.
How old was your little boy at the time?
3.
3. So John would say to you, oh, can I please take him to work with me?
And give you a break.
What did he do for a living?
He did construction.
And you were pregnant at the time?
Yeah.
Why would he want to take a 3-year-old boy to a construction site?
I don't know.
I mean,
And when my son started throwing a fit and crying and screaming, I was like, no, he's not going with you. He does not want to go with you. I'm not going to force my son to go somewhere he does not
did you
want to
ask
go.
your son, why don't you want to go anymore?
I didn't ask him,
Why
but whenever I
not?
seen the bruising on him, I asked him if somebody had hurt him.
And what did he say?
He would not tell me because I even asked him if it was the neighbor or if it was John, and he just looked down and had this look on his face like something had happened, but he couldn't tell me or didn't want to tell me. And he did tell me that he hurt down there. That was the only thing I got out of him, is he was hurting down there.
Tell me what happened at Walmart.
I went to order my son's birthday cake at Walmart. When I ordered the cake at Walmart, John went in the store with me. I left my son in the car with the neighbor, and whenever I did that, we came out of the store after about being
How
in there
well
for
do you know
15,
the neighbor
20
though,
minutes.
at this point?
I knew him through John.
So you didn't know him well? So you leave your 3-year-old son in a car with a guy
I
you
mean,
don't
I
know.
knew him for almost a year.
All right, but you didn't know him well?
No.
Okay.
And I come out of Walmart about 10, 15 minutes later after ordering the cake, and he's nowhere to be found.
The car's gone, your son's gone, neighbor took
And
the
I'm
car.
like, you need to call him now and figure out where he's at and where's my kid.
Were you just freaking the hell out when you come
Yeah.
out and the car's gone?
Yeah, and then John said, he's over there at the gas station. I see his car, and I'm like, you better hope you see his car over there. And then we went over there, and his car was sitting there, and my kid's in the bathroom with the neighbor. He comes out of the bathroom sweating because the door's locked, so me and John were just standing there by the car.
Who's sweating?
The neighbor. With my son in the bathroom.
And what did you say?
I said, what's going on? And he said, well, he had an accident. He pooped his pants. And there was poop in his clothes and everything. But I feel like he took him to the bathroom and did a little bit more than...
Why didn't you just go into Walmart? Walmart has bathrooms. What is he thinking? Like, here he's a little boy with his mother every day of his life, and then all of a sudden, he gets to see her 1 hour a week.
Yeah.
When he sees you, what happens?
He's happy as can be. And then at first when all this happened, he would cry. He did not want to leave me, and then I would start crying. And I'd be like, I'm sorry, baby, but Mama's got to go to work. It's only for a little bit. I have this job, you know, but Mama's going to bring you back home soon, I promise. And
Why
that's what
can't
I
you
tell
get
him.
your son back?
It's a fighting battle with CPS right now.
Did you ever question the neighbor?
One time.
One time.
And then they dropped the investigation.
And no charges filed against anybody. So, really an odd story here, right? You didn't want to come here?
No, I come here to help clear our name. The original plan was to clear our names so that we could be together.
You want to be together with her?
Yes, we did not break up in March. She just moved out 2 weeks ago. She's been with me the whole time. She just recently got with Keith again. Keith didn't come back in the picture until
Is that true?
5 months after.
Have
the
you
date.
been
Yes, it
living
is.
with them all this time?
No.
Yes, sir. I have.
When did you don't,
I
please
moved
don't do
out
that.
in March, like the end of March.
No, sir.
So you're saying 2 weeks ago in September,
Yes.
she moved out.
Yes.
You're saying you moved out in March. Well, who's lying? Who's lying?
Not me.
You moved out. Why is he saying you just moved out 2 weeks ago?
I don't know. Because I've been gone longer than that. Like, I was still pregnant with my son whenever I moved out.
2 weeks before the baby was born is when she moved out.
And the baby was born a month ago.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I didn't find out she was back with Keith until recently.
Why do you think you two broke up?
We talked about it before. We knew that we was going to have to separate for her to get her son back, and we was waiting until we got close to the end.
What do you think happened to the little boy?
I'm not positive. I don't know for sure what
You have
happened
no
to
idea?
him. No, sir. I think.
Did
I
you
don't
see
think
the
it
bruising
was,
around his private area?
No, sir. I didn't.
You didn't?
They didn't show me, and I didn't see it.
He's fine.
Why wouldn't you see it?
I didn't see it. I mean, I didn't see no.
He saw it
They didn't show me no
first and
pictures.
told me about it.
I told her about what her son was doing when he
What
was
was he
using-
doing?
When he goes to the restroom, he would pull on his thing.
How did you know that?
Because I'm the one that took him to the restroom.
But you don't notice all the bruising that when CPS or the hospital saw it, they immediately call the police.
No, there was only at the time.
Do you want to be a dad to the little baby?
Yes, this is
And
gonna
you
be
want
my
to be
8th son.
This be your eighth
baby,
son?
yes.
You have 8 kids?
Yes.
What do you do for a living again?
Construction.
Construction.
Yes, sir.
How are you able to support 8 kids?
My kids, all my other ones are grown. but
Okay,
yes,
so
sir.
they're all older. So you want to be a dad all over again?
Yeah.
Well, nice.
What happened to my son? No.
You're right. Stop.
Dude, how are you going to talk about that? You talk. You want to talk big
I'm not
stuff over a
talking shit.
text. Keyboard cowboy bitch stuff.
Stop, Keith. Stop. You do not want to go to jail, please.
I'm not worried about those two. Okay. Honestly, I love her to death, but I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about my son.
Yeah. What if she fails for abusing the child?
Obviously, I'm going to take my son.
Yeah. So and you won't be with her?
No.
Okay. The little baby boy, you want to be the dad?
I am the dad. Father or not, I don't care. I am the dad.
Biologically.
Biologically, I mean, if he's the father, great. He got a child support payment. Another one he ain't going to make. Who cares? I'm still going to be his dad. Always have been, always will be.
Keith, you took a DNA test concerning the 1-month-old little boy. And you took a DNA test, and the result for that DNA test, Keith, is that you are not the father of Rebecca's 1-month-old son. John, you took a DNA test, and the results for that DNA test, John, is that you are the father of Rebecca's 1-month-old. Okay, Rebecca, you took a lot of tests. Excuse me. Did you cause those bruises to your 3-year-old son? You answered no. Did you strike your son using excessive force? You answered no. Did you witness anyone physically abuse your son? You answered no. That part of your lie detector test, all the results came back the same, and it came back that Rebecca told the truth. Did you inappropriately touch your son for your own sexual gratification? You answered no. Did you witness anyone inappropriately touch your son for their own sexual gratification? You answered no. The results of those two questions came back the same, and it came back that Rebecca told the truth. John took a lie detector test. We asked him, did you cause those bruises to Rebecca's 3-year-old son? He answered no. Did you strike Rebecca's son using excessive force? He answered no. Did you witness anyone physically abuse Rebecca's son? He answered no. The results for those 3 questions, they came back the same, and it came back that John told the truth. Did you inappropriately touch Rebecca's son for your own sexual gratification? He answered no. Did you witness anyone inappropriately touch Rebecca's son for their own sexual gratification? He answered no. Results came back the same, and it came back that John told the truth. You want to be a man and really concern your kid? Take a look to your right.
Oh, I have.
Okay?
I've gone and dealt with CPS every damn time.
Now you got, okay, so he called CPS. He's right?
Yeah, he got
Okay,
CPS
but guess
on me
what?
twice.
Now you got a baby with by no means are you the worst mother that I've been on my stage, but you're not using your brains.
I
And you're not-
wasn't.
Yeah.
I'll admit that.
I
Because
know.
when I seen the bruising, I didn't really know
Okay,
what to do. It's not
start
something I ever dealt with.
using your brain and making good decisions, okay? I hope you get your son back. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.